Are you ready?
Peeps, how's it going? Pistons are taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow night. Why am I doing this today? Well, when you go live during the games, it doesn't really give you a whole lot of time to talk pregame and stuff. So here's my pregame for tomorrow. So don't think I got the schedule wrong or anything like that. It's just so that way when I go live tomorrow, I don't have to do any of this. So yay me. Plus it helps the upload streak continue. So there's that too. Before we hop into it all, real quick, Saturday, 1 p.m., you know what I'm about to say. Above the Rim is back. It is in full swing. We have a lot of topics for you guys as the NBA season continues. You know, with all the trade rumors, everything that happens with the Pistons throughout the week, and everything that happens throughout the NBA. Because we don't just talk Detroit Pistons. So if you're not a Pistons fan, if you're a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, guess what? We'll probably mention something about something else in the Pistons. I don't know if we'll be talking about Cleveland or not. But we'll talk about the NBA. So it's not just the Pistons thing, Bob, but back to the Pistons in full here. This feels like a trap team to me. Okay, this is something we cannot overlook. Coming off a blowout against San Antonio, that's good for the locker room. The Pistons desperately needed that win that kind of way against an organization. I know San Antonio has been struggling, but that is one of the best just associations in NBA history. You know, what they have done with Tim Duncan throughout the years, what they've done with Greg Popovich throughout the years is pretty incredible. You know, it's one of the greatest organizations, at least in recent memory, in the NBA. So even though they're struggling right now, it's a good team win from morale basis to beat a team like that. You know, they are still well coached. Even though they're struggling, they do not commit that many errors. The Pistons did what they had to do against them. So it was good to see Sekou get a little bit of time here. But here's the key reason I think that they brought up Sekou. Because after this, we do have to play Milwaukee on a back-to-back. Blake Griffin is not going to play in one of these games. Blake Griffin will sit out one of these. I hope it is the Cleveland game. I hope tomorrow night he sits out. Because I want to see how we match up against Milwaukee with a healthier Blake than he was in the playoffs. Again, Blake is not healthy, or at least not 100% healthy. I still don't think we're going to beat Milwaukee, especially, I don't know, let me say this real quick. I don't know why the NBA decided to have us keep playing Milwaukee off to backs-to-backs. Milwaukee's already going to kick our butts, man. It's not going to be a win for Detroit Pistons. If they win, I'll be surprised. I might have to celebrate a little bit. But I'm not going to pick the Pistons to win, even if they had 2-3 days of rest. The Milwaukee Bucks are just that more dominant than the Detroit Pistons. But I don't know why the NBA had us keep playing them off to back-to-backs. It's kind of ridiculous, you know. We do have the most back-to-backs in the NBA. Again, I don't know why. It sucks. That's the downfall for the Pistons. So this is what makes the Cleveland game so important. You have to win this game. You know, last time we had this situation, we blew out the Atlanta Hawks. And then we took the L to Milwaukee. It was a much more competitive game than I thought it was going to be. And, you know, for the first half, maybe the first 3 quarters, the Pistons might hang with them. But come fourth quarter, the lead's going to slip away. So that's why this Cleveland game is so important. So sit Blake. But why did you bring Sekou up? Because you're going to have to sit Blake in one of these games, and you want that other option. Again, I don't know if he will get any playing time, especially with having Markieff and the way Christian Wood played the other night. I guess it was last night, but for you guys who are watching this on game day the other night against San Antonio, who had 28 points and 10 boards, you need to give Christian Wood minutes. So it's not like Sekou's going to come in and take his minutes. I don't know if Sekou's going to play at all. But I think that's part of the reason we brought him up, because Blake is going to sit one of these games. And hopefully it is against the Cavaliers. But speaking of a same old dirty record, Cleveland doesn't have anyone for Blake or Dre if they either do play. Again, I would sit Blake this game. Because odds are it's going to be, if the Pistons are focused and locked in, it should be a blowout. Cleveland's got some guards that can ball. They have Kevin Love. They got some scores. So, I mean, it is a dangerous game. Don't get it twisted, you know. Even though the Cavs aren't good, they have some really good players. And in the NBA, any of these players can go off any given minute. And it seems like every time they play against the Cavs, even when they had LeBron and Kyrie, Kevin Love was the guy who killed us, at least from the regular season, you know. So Kevin Love needs to be the focus of our game plan if he plays. Again, I don't know if he'll be out or whatever it is, but he is the guy who usually hurts us. But they got some ballers over there. But again, even Kevin Love, I don't even know. Do they still have Tristan Thompson? I don't even know. Either way, they don't have anyone to put on Dre. Dre should have a 2020 game, at least be on track for one. I don't think he's had a double-double the last 2 games. But, looking back at San Antonio, he only had 9 points, but he was very effective on the boards. He had like 16 boards. So if Dre's not scoring, which when Luke's scoring, Luke had 20, Thompson had 28, Blake had, I don't think Blake scored double digits, but Derrick Rose had 10 points and 10 assists. When you got your teammates scoring, I mean, Luke scored a quiet 20 points. And we're turning a blind eye to it because we're getting used to it now. This is the Luke Kennard we have been waiting for, and he's finally have arrived. He's getting his opportunity, and he is running with it. And the thing that has impressed me most about Luke Kennard this season is he has learned to play with Blake Griffin, or Blake Griffin has learned to play with Luke Kennard. And that was the thing that was bugging me early in the season, is when they transitioned him. I was worried because he was playing fantastic with Derrick Rose, and we all know how he played with Blake last year. But I think that the team's starting to come together. Now, I know, calm down, hold on. When a team blows out another team, maybe I'm putting too much on it. I don't know. But it shows that they're locked in and focused. I think Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose holding this team accountable. I mean, those 2 guys are looked up to, okay? I mean, Sekou, 18, youngest player, active player in the league. I'm sure he's been watching their highlights forever. I mean, if I was in that locker room, I know I would be just in awe to play with some of those guys. So those locker room conversations and saying, oh, you're not playing defense or you're turning the ball over too much, which Derrick Rose is still turning the ball over a lot. But when you got leaders like that, that's why I'm not too worried about the bad start, is that they're going to come in together. Maybe it is right now. Again, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All in all, the Pistons will have a lot to fix. But the key factor, what beat them in San Antonio, is going to be a key factor in beating Cleveland. 2 things. And no, it's not defense, and no, it's not limiting turnovers. It's getting off to a fast start. Against San Antonio, they got off to a good start. It wasn't like they just started throwing buckets in. No, I mean, they got off to a good start. Luke Kennard had like 11 points in the first quarter or something around that ballpark. I mean, we scored the ball effectively right off the rip. And it wasn't like we were blowing them out right from the go. They were trading buckets away. But, part of the reason we kept losing to Charlotte is we got off to very slow starts. Got to get off to a quick start against Cleveland. Since they're a young team, get them down early. And then second point, you got to come out in the third quarter strong. That is the first quarter. It makes sense, right? First quarter. You have to come out with the same intensity you do in the first quarter. If you come out bland in the first quarter, then don't come out bland in the third quarter. But you got to come out quick. You got to come out strong in both the first and the third quarter. Do not let Cleveland claw their way back into this one. Close the game out. And then I guess you do have to limit turnovers and play defense. But I think Christian Wood's going to get a lot of minutes this game, especially the way he played last game. And again, I don't think, or I hope Blake doesn't play this game, so that way he does play against Milwaukee. We'll have to wait and see. Again, we'll be questioning Sekou and all that stuff. But all in all, the Pistons, played a good game the other day. You got to take care against this game against Cleveland. Again, do not lose focus because it is the Cavs. Do not look past Cleveland and get ready for Milwaukee. Take care of Cleveland. And again, nobody in the NBA is expecting you to beat Milwaukee in the regular season. No one's going to expect you to beat them in the postseason. So, I mean, just focus on Cleveland, get this W, and worry about Milwaukee the other day. Again, it sucks playing them on the back-to-back. I'm not going to lie. It's gonna hurt us because we'll probably be tired. I think, is it in Detroit, though? Or is it in Milwaukee? I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. We'll be fatigued unless we blow this out and get ourselves some rest. Either way, like I said, I don't have us beating Milwaukee. But leave it down in the comment section below. What do you guys want to see against the Cavs tomorrow night? Or today, if you are watching it game day. If you are watching it today, I will be going live for the game, so stay tuned for that. Come back and join us. Last time against the Spurs, we had a fun conversation. There was a lot of comedy. Let's leave the comedy to me, fellas. That's what I'm here for. But, I mean, we had a great time the other night. Everyone comes out and has a blast, so be sure to come back to that. Instagram, Twitter, DSA members in the description. Also, tomorrow, I believe DSA Roundtable is back, so that should be fun. Go check them out. But without further ado, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live stream. Peace.